welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Julie Godot with you once again. Today is Friday. I hope everybody's having a good day and that you had a wonderful work week and that you have good plans for this weekend because we're going to talk about the weekend weather forecast as well as the weather coming up for the next week. So we're going to look out a few days there. I'm going to let you know how much severe weather to expect. If we're going to continue to get beat up by those severe thunderstorms, if there's anything going on in the tropics you all should know about. So I'm going to give you a nice 7-day forecast here. I hope you all having a good day. So let's jump right into it. Our city of the day is going to be Concord, New Hampshire. Yes, the beautiful city of Concord. New Hampshire is a beautiful state. You are looking at about 80 degrees for a temperature right now as you are having very clear skies out there over the beautiful city of Concord. This is kind of a different choice, you know. My wife now picks the state that the city of the day is going to be in. And New Hampshire don't have a lot of places. So we decided to go with the state capitol. There's the Capitol building right there. Let's jump into the rest of our forecast here. Here's our watches and hazards that the National Weather Service posted. We have that low pressure center here across the northern plains. Now it's got a lot of tight barometric lines here, so we're seeing a lot of wind here. So there is a high wind warning in place for the northern plains. Our red flag continues for portions of the southern plains here from Nebraska into Kansas. We have New Mexico, parts of Colorado as well, maybe a tiny section of Texas, as well as down here in Arizona. That red flag conditions continue as we're seeing warmer temperatures, dry, very low relative humidity below 5%, and you are haven't seen much rainfall in those areas either. So their fire danger is quite high. In fact, there is an active fire in New Mexico, which we'll talk about in the forecast a little bit. All right, here's our radar image right now. We are seeing those showers here across the northern plains. Nothing severe anywhere on the map yet, so we do have these thunderstorms and showers here across the northern plains. There is some snow flurries going here across the northern Rockies, and we got some rainfall coming onshore in the Pacific Northwest, and scattered rain showers and some thunderstorms here right along the eastern seaboard, so the mid-Atlantic states through the Piedmont, the Southeast, the Carolinas here. There's some showers and storms just off the coast of Charlotte there. You'll be dealing with that in Charlotte and Jacksonville as well. Some showers and thunderstorms possible down here in Florida as well you'll be dealing with. And we have some thunderstorms right here along the Mexican border down here near San Angelo, Texas. You'll see those dry line thunderstorms this afternoon. Those are always very beautiful thunderstorms to look at from a distance. They're really pretty, and you're going to see those thunderstorms here. This is where our severe weather threat exists today, so we could see those storms become severe later through parts of Iowa. We have Wisconsin included, as well as Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma and Arkansas going to be seeing that severe weather this afternoon with that slight risk for severe all the way down through the state of Texas through the activity in San Angelo. So there's a marginal risk that those can become severe. So that is a look at the radar. Here we are as we jump into our current conditions in today's forecast. And what we're going to be seeing out there is here's our severe weather risk area once again, from Wisconsin into Illinois. We got Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Kansas as well is going to be seeing that severe weather. Now, most of this activity is going to be scattered to isolated, but you can't see a tornado today. You can see that large hail, damaging wind, flash flooding is going to be possible. We got a little fog here also along the parts of Canada and over the Great Lakes. There's been a little bit of fog today we've been seeing. And we're going to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms here along the Gulf Coast. You can have a marginal risk of an isolated thunderstorm here across Mississippi and into Louisiana down to New Orleans and Mobile, Alabama there. Biloxi could see a scattered severe thunderstorm this afternoon. And those showers and storms will extend down to Florida as well as up the East Coast here through the mid-Atlantic states, the Piedmont there. We got Charlotte there, could see an afternoon thunderstorm possible, but I don't expect severe weather for this area here yet. but give it a day or two, they'll be there. But today, you guys are in the clear for the most part as far as severe weather is concerned. But you can always get an isolated severe storm that pops up on you. Okay, we got some more rain to deal with here and across the Pacific Northwest. California here, far northwestern California, near Redwood and Eureka, into Mill City, Portland. We're going to be dealing with that into the Pacific Northwest. Some heavier showers here, maybe even a thunderstorm along the coast there. So a little bit of action for the folks here in the Pacific Northwest. But we certainly don't want to repeat what we saw last Friday in Spokane, Washington, where a couple of tornadoes were reported. So that's not something you see all the time up there. So we don't want to be dealing with that. And again, here's the showers here across the northern plains of Montana and North Dakota, even into South Dakota. But none of this is going to be severe today. So good for you guys that you don't have to deal with severe weather. Just garden variety thunderstorms, your non-severe storm. And here we are with the temperatures for your Friday. Here's what we're going to be seeing out there. And we're going to be seeing a lot of upper 90s down here through Texas and into the desert Southwest. Phoenix, Tucson, upper 90s. San Antonio, also in those upper 90s. And El Paso. We're going to start to see temperatures roll into the 80s here along the Central Valley. All the farmland here. This is the best farmland in the world in California. California probably provides most of the fruits and vegetables that you eat here. So shout out to the farmers out there. And that's going to, here we are going into the Pacific Northwest. See, it's still cold up in the mountains in the higher elevations. It's still cold enough to snow up there. So you're still seeing those temperatures in the 30s in the mountains, in the Rockies and the Cascades, as well as the Sierra Nevadas. But you got to go up pretty high up and you're going to get those cold temperatures. But for the most part, down in the valley, we're going to be looking at the 60s and upper 50s on the Pacific Northwest, as you do kind of have a large-scale trough out there that's cooling the temperatures down, pulling in that cooler air down out of Canada. But as we look toward the Northeast, we're going to see those temperatures all the way into the upper 80s into northern Maine, as we have that warm front, that cold front, and that warm front that lifted up and is pumping in that hotter air from the southeast and the south here. So that warm air is going to be riding its way up into the Pacific Northwest. It's going to be cooler here because of that rainfall in that area of low pressure offshore, so it's keeping things cloudy. So temperatures are going to be held back a little bit because of that. But if you take those clouds away, you guys will be looking at those upper 80s as well. So that is a look at what we're seeing out there for your Friday. Here we are as we're going to take a look at our short range forecast analysis of the surface features going on. And here's what we're going to be seeing for this afternoon. And we have this cold front that's right here that's been the main player in the weather over the last couple of days, helping to trigger severe weather across the northern plains through Minnesota and Wisconsin. We saw severe weather and tornadoes in South Dakota as well. So now that this has passed, moving it a little bit to the east, the main low pressure center is actually lifting into Canada. So this is not really doing a whole lot to move to the east. Not a whole lot of energy behind it to push it forward so that it will sweep through. So it's just kind of going to lazily drift from the west to the east slowly here over the next few days. But in the meantime, there are little short waves that's going to form along this frontal boundary that's going to help to be the focus for severe weather over the next few days. So we can see some severe weather fire off in this region here because of one of those short wave areas of low pressure along this cold front here. So we're going to continue to see that threat for severe weather this afternoon. And we're going to see showers and thunderstorms here along the eastern seaboard because of this frontal boundary here with an area of low pressure that's right about there that's going to be spinning around, pumping in some moisture and cloud cover. So you're going to continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms along the eastern seaboard from the mid-Atlantic states. So we got New Jersey south. So from about New Jersey down through the state of Florida, you're going to be dealing with showers and storms. There's a secondary cold front or stationary front that kind of meets up with this frontal boundary here with that secondary area of low pressure, and that is going to help to spark showers and thunderstorms here through Mississippi and Louisiana, and you got a slight risk to see severe weather in this activity where all modes of severe weather are possible. Here we are as we look at what we're going to be seeing for your Saturday. So for tomorrow, again, that cold front kind of retrogrades back a little bit here toward the west a little bit. So we're going to continue to see that dry line here across southern Texas, and we're going to continue to see those showers and thunderstorms get pumped up from the that moisture fed up off of the Gulf of Mexico. We do have that secondary front here that's going to help contribute and aid into the development of some severe thunderstorms here through the Ohio Valley. We're going to start seeing those storms move into the Ohio Valley. We got the Tennessee Valley, the Mississippi Valley as well. Going to be seeing those severe showers and thunderstorms all the way up into Michigan. So into the Great Lakes, we're going to be seeing that severe thunderstorms. Give me a second. I got an eyelash that's stuck. Okay, there we go. Nothing worse than you blinking and you got an eyelash that's stuck in your eye. So anyway, so we're going to get some more showers and storms along the East Coast because of that pesky low that's been hanging out here, pumping in that moisture off of the Atlantic. So we're going to continue to see some non-severe showers and storms through this region here into the mid-Atlantic states. Here we are as we take a look at what you're going to be seeing for your Sunday out there. So now our front decides to move a little bit to the east here, especially up here in the northern section. So now we're going to pick up some severe weather here through parts of Missouri, and we got Nebraska, Kansas, as well as Iowa. We're going to be seeing some severe weather for your Sunday through this region here along this cold front. And then we're going to continue to see some wet weather here extending into the northeast there. So it's especially on the interior portions along the border with Canada here, we're going to be seeing some pretty significant thunderstorms in that area as well. Maybe an isolated severe storm possible for that area. And then some scattered showers and thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast, as well as some sea breeze showers in South Florida down there. And those are always going to be pretty heavy. Another frontal system offshore is going to influence the Pacific Northwest with some rain showers as well for your Saturday. So here's a look at what we're going to be seeing now for your medium range analysis. So we're going to take this. It's going to go out until next Friday. Again, that eyelash is bothering me. There was a hair attached to it, a lint. That's what's going on. Bugging eyelash. Okay, our medium range analysis to next Friday. Here we are. This is a surface analysis of all the pressure in the fronts. And what we're going to be seeing out there is high pressure is going to dominate the center part of the nation for Monday. So Monday, we're going to see a cold front drop down here. May start to spread some showers along this front. It's going to get a little bit cooler here across the northern plains. So we're going to see temperatures fall back into the 60s here across the north. But we're going to continue to see showers and some storms here along the eastern seaboard here and into the southeast. Here's where our severe weather is going to be for Monday, possibly, as we're going to move this front. Finally, moves a little bit further to the east. We're going to have high pressure out over the Gulf of Mexico. Something interesting I'm seeing on the GFS about 2 weeks out in the Gulf of Mexico, and if it holds true, there's possibly some tropical development down here in this cup here, just offshore Mexico. A tropical system is possible, at least according to the forecast from the GFS, but it's 2 weeks out, so we'll take it with a grain of sand right here. So here's a look at the surface analysis. We get that cold front to the east coast. Secondary front drops in behind it in the northern plains. It's going to reinforce cooler air because we were in the 90s yesterday, and today we were seeing those 70s across the northern plains. This is going to reinforce that cold air with 60s and maybe some showers around. No thunderstorms, but just regular rain showers. Again, more wet weather here, but going to spread into the Pacific Northwest, where we're going to see some rainfall along the coast, maybe some and snow in the higher elevations in the mountains across the northern Rockies. Here we are for your Tuesday. So now as we look at Tuesday, this main front pushes further to the south and east. A few showers along the Gulf Coast, over Florida as well. Secondary front drops down. That's going to help to reinforce the cooler air here across the Great Lakes and the northern plains. But we're only going to drop into the 60s. So it's not going to be too bad. It's not going to be extreme. But a little bit cooler here for the northern plains. It's going to heat up here across the south. Excuse me. Across the southern plains in Texas here, the desert southwest. We're going to start to see 100s down there across the southwest. More rain is going to continue here across the Pacific Northwest as we have another cold front that's coming on shore that's going to bring some showers there. A little bit less snow with this one as it's starting to finally warm up. Going to be a mostly rainfall event. You have to go about 10,000 feet to see any snowflakes with this system currently. That system on Tuesday that's going to be moving through the northern Rockies. Here we are for Wednesday. High pressure really kind of takes control of the center part of the nation. We do have this frontal boundary here, but it's going to be dry for the most part. Not going to see any precipitation with that frontal boundary. We're going to see things continue cool here, but we will reach the 70s again with this area of high pressure, and that heat's going to continue across the desert southwest. And we may see our area of severe weather here across Texas once again, as we have a low pressure center, we got a dry line, we have a trough here, as well as a warm front. So it's going to create sort of a triple point, not a true triple point, but you do have three different access points going on here that could trigger some severe weather. So I'm going to watch and see if severe weather triggers in this area for your Tuesday. And we're going to continue to see that wet weather here across the southeast and into Florida, some scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. But none of that is going to be severe. We're going to dry out here in the northeast, but it's going to be a little bit cooler because we got that colder Canadian high pressure that's going to influence the weather up here in Canada. So, but it will be dry for the most part. Here we are as we move into your Wednesday. We are talking about Wednesday and Thursday here. So, no, we are on Thursday. So, did I skip a day? Well, maybe I did. Well, anyway, here we are as we talk about Thursday. I must did Tuesday and Wednesday and kept saying Tuesday, but it was Wednesday. So here we are as we look at Thursday. I need to look at my thing there that tells me what day we're talking about. Here we are as we talk about Thursday. Now, Thursday, we have another front that's going to lift into the northern plains. Now, this one is going to start to spread some rain showers across the northern plains. So we're going to start to see showers and thunderstorms return here by next Thursday and Friday of next week. So the northern plains will start to see showers and storms again, as well as to the western plains here through Colorado and Nebraska and Kansas as well. Maybe some showers and thunderstorms for you folks. That heat's going to continue across the desert southwest into Texas. Those hundreds are going to continue. We're also going to see this dry line in place, create some of those dry line thunderstorms. And we're going to continue to see some showers here across the mid-Atlantic states and the southeast. Going to have some showers and thunderstorms. Sea breeze showers are going to continue along the east coast of Florida. Here we are as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing for your Friday out there. So Friday, we get a cold front here across the northern plains that's going to spread severe thunderstorms possibly into Minnesota, Iowa. You got Nebraska and Kansas could see some severe weather for next Friday, as we got a new triple point set up here. We got a low pressure center. We have an occluded front, a warm front, as well as a cold front. Secondary low pressure center here with a dry line through Texas. That's the combination for a lot of severe weather for next Friday. And we're going to see temperatures warm back up into the upper 70s, lower 80s here in the northern plains. This frontal center is going to continue across the northeast here in the mid-Atlantic. So you're going to continue to see occasional showers and thunderstorms as moisture is trailing along this frontal boundary here. So you're going to continue to see the threat for that wet weather there, but nothing severe out of that. Sea breeze showers continue for the southeast coast of Florida. Heat continues across the desert southwest. We're finally dry in the Pacific Northwest. Maybe warm up a little bit as we see 70s and 80s encroach into the North Pacific Northwest here in the Northern Rockies. We warm up significantly by next Friday. Now let's talk about our severe threat. We kind of talked about it a little bit because it was involved in the overall pattern. So it's so hot in here too. Here we are. We talking about that severe threat. How about the lack of professionalism right there, right? So anyway, here we are with our severe weather outlook for your Friday today. Our slight risk area here through Missouri, through parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, maybe northeastern Arkansas there as well. So we do have our slight risk for scattered severe weather here. All modes of severe weather exist. That means tornadoes, large hail, damaging wind, and flash flooding is possible here. And we'll see that marginal risk extend through into the upper peninsula of Michigan, through Wisconsin, and all the way down to the Texas, to the Louisiana, Mississippi Gulf Coast, and over into the Mexican border through southwest Texas there through San Angelo. Can see that isolated severe weather threat with that marginal risk there. We'll see some non-severe thunderstorms here across the northern plains here, where the area of low pressure currently resides as it lifts north into Canada. And we'll see non-severe thunderstorms up into the mid-Atlantic states in the northeast because of that goofy area of low pressure that's right in here that's been out there for over a week now, causing problems and keeping everything wet and keeping the area cooler than average as well. But that's going to continue to do so till that western trough finally swings through and carries it away. But in the meantime, there's nothing to push it away, so it's going to continue out there and create showers for the folks out there on the East Coast. It's not until this system moves to the east far enough that it's going to pick up, because this system is kind of fueled in part by that huge western trough that extends all the way off the coast of California into the Pacific Northwest. Huge prevailing low pressure in this region here that's pumping in little pieces of energy that's providing the focus for severe weather here across the center part of the nation and the deep south down here. So we're going to continue to see that until all of this makes its way to the east. All right, here's tomorrow's severe threat. Here we have a marginal severe threat from the northern plains. We got parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan as well, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri. We're looking at Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, all the states that can see isolated risk for severe weather tomorrow. A huge area here of isolated severe thunderstorms. So nothing organized or widespread, just scattered severe weather here and there. And then we'll see non-severe along the entire East Coast. So the entire eastern half of the nation tomorrow is going to deal with thunderstorms in some way, shape, or form, whether in severe or non-severe. But the whole East Coast could see a thunderstorm. Then that doesn't mean that every place is going to be dealing with a thunderstorm at the same time. It's all going to be very isolated and scattered. So it's just going to be hit and miss here and there. All right? So don't panic. Don't get your panties in a bunch thinking that you're going to get struck by lightning or a tornado going to blow your house away. But there's always that isolated risk. But just don't be worried that it's going to be a huge outbreak like we saw the other day. All right, here is your Sunday. So Sunday gets a little bit more interesting because now we get a large area of slight risk for severe weather. So this is more numerous thunderstorms in the yellow. So it's scattered thunderstorms. So all four modes of severe weather: isolated tornadoes, some large hail, damaging winds, flash flooding. All of those things can happen in the yellow as well as in the dark green. But the dark green you're seeing is isolated. like we have for most of everywhere on Saturday. So we have the isolated severe, scattered severe in the yellow. All right. The light green is non-severe thunderstorms. All right. General non-severe thunderstorm all the way from Maine all the way down into Florida, back over into Louisiana. You're going to be seeing, as well as up into Minnesota and Wisconsin, you could be seeing that severe, non-severe thunderstorms. Also in the northern Rockies, non-severe thunderstorms up in the mountains are possible for your Sunday. All right, so that's what we're going to be seeing for Sunday. So that was a look at that, and now let's talk about this thing here. So what this map is a composite of the Cape, sand, the helicity, and the lift of the atmosphere. All of those parameters can combine to come up with our supercell composite. And what this tells us is areas of greater risk to see an organized severe thunderstorm take off like a supercell. So this is enhanced supercell development potential here through, and this is for your afternoon today. So we're seeing it here through parts of Wisconsin, down through Iowa, Missouri, over into Kansas, Oklahoma, as well North Texas a little bit. You can see that possibly here in Tennessee, northwestern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, as well as the East Coast here. There's that, but it's a very low risk. You can look at our scale down here. You can match the color. It's a 5 or less potential for a severe thunderstorm or a supercell storm, which is one of those storms with the wall cloud drop down and it looks like the storm is rotating. So this is the possibility for rotating thunderstorms. So, and you see that rating is very low. So we're looking at 5 or less for the most part. Remember, this goes all the way up to like 45 or 50. So you can see the range that we're talking about here. If you're at 5, that means you're gonna be in the clear for the most part. So you may be only one supercell in this whole area tomorrow for this afternoon. Here's what we're gonna be seeing for tomorrow. That sinks a little bit further to the south. Now we have Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, also over into Oklahoma and Kansas, North Texas. We can see a little bit here in the northern plains into parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin. It's like a 2. It's very low. Here also along the East Coast, very low possibility to develop any supercell thunderstorm. And these are the ones that tend to be the tornadic thunderstorms. Now non-supercell thunderstorms can generate tornadoes too, because there's often a lot of low-base tornadoes that can develop. And I tell you, a lot of the tornadoes we see in Minnesota, especially here in the Twin Cities, occur when we're not having a supercell thunderstorm or even a severe thunderstorm. I've seen non-severe storms produce weak tornadoes here in Minnesota, especially in the months of August and September. And you can also see it in late May as well, sometimes when it's still a little bit cooler at the low levels of the atmosphere, and you have a layer of warm air aloft a little bit, and you can get that kind of instability where it's kind of upside down. It's called a cold core tornado, and we can certainly see that here in the northern plains a lot when we get those cold core. Now, not always are these cold core tornadoes are going to be weak. They can produce F5s as well. So let's not get it twisted. But for the most time, they're weaker tornadoes. So here we are for Sunday, and what we're going to be seeing as far as our supercell composite is concerned gets a little bit more potential here across the Mississippi Valley, through the Ozarks here in Missouri and Arkansas, northeast Texas, eastern Oklahoma, southeastern Kansas. Could see that a little bit more significant threat. I think it approaches 8 or 9 or maybe 10 in some locations here. And then it also sees this little narrow streak that extends toward the northeast, and this is your 2 and 3 potential there. So a little bit lower potential here. If you see any there's a little bit of shade or any color, that's where you have a little bit enhanced potential for a supercell thunderstorm to develop here. That is a look at the severe weather outday. Now let's take a look at the tropics. I know we're a little bit ahead of the tropical season, but it's getting close. The tropical season starts on June 1st, so it's getting close, and it doesn't necessarily wait till June 1st to show signs of tropical development. As you can see down here, we got some thunderstorms moving out across the eastern Pacific right now. This is called the intertropical convergence zone, which is always thunderstorms right here. And a lot of our tropical systems will develop just to the north of the ICTZ. We got this system out here that's not expected to develop, but it's going to move out to the west further and move into more unfavorable, more harmful conditions for tropical development. So nothing is expected to develop here as this move closer to Hawaii. This is about 1,000 miles east of Hawaii right now. So I don't expect anything to develop that far out there. So the Atlantic is pretty quiet. We got this extra tropical cold front here. So this is an upper level cold front, as well as this moisture here. No tropical nature to it or components to it. And there is just general thunderstorms here along the intertropical convergence zone. This is where we always see thunderstorms, no matter what time of the year it is. So we're just not going to see anything here. Now, when the tropical season starts, it usually starts here in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the area right here, and the Western Caribbean is where we tend to see our first signs of tropical development. And when I look at the GFS for the next 2 weeks, it does show signs of something developing down here off the coast of Mexico in this region right in here. Possibly could be something that develops here, at least according to the GFS. But in the meantime, we're not really seeing anything out there across the tropics. So here is your weekend forecast. All right, so as we take a look at your Saturday, here's where that wet weather is going to be. We're going to see that severe weather potential here. We have this entire region that could see these non-severe thunderstorms to the northeast down into Florida. But right in here along the Midwest is where you can see that marginal risk for severe weather for your Saturday. And we can see some scattered thunderstorms here also across the northern Rockies. Hot and dry across the desert Southwest, and warm through the central plains up to the northern plains. Here we are for your Sunday. For Sunday, we're going to be seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms all through here, and that severe weather exists through this region as well. Excuse me. We're going to be seeing that slight risk for severe weather here. That's scattered severe thunderstorms in this region. And a little bit heavier rain and thunderstorms here through the northeast, through the interior portions, through Maine, all the way down into the Virginia here. We can see some heavier showers and thunderstorms. But none of this is expected to be severe. Some more showers and thunderstorms move on shore across the Pacific Northwest. You can actually see rain, maybe a thunderstorm there, but you will definitely see some rainfall across the the Pacific Northwest there. Here we are as we look for your Saturday temperatures. We're seeing those temperatures in the upper 90s down here across Texas, the desert Southwest, also into the Central Valley in California. Those 90s is going to be in place. We'll see those 60s and 50s here across the Pacific Northwest. Much colder in the mountains where we're going to see 30s and 40s. We'll see those 60s in the northern plains for your Saturday as the secondary cold front drops down and kind of cools you off a little bit more. But we're still going to see those upper 70s here in the Twin Cities. When we're going to see those 80s through the Great Lakes area and through parts of the Northeast. If you go into Maine here, you will see those 80s. A little bit cooler here because of that wet weather. Those showers and storms is pumping in off of the sea breeze here, off of that, on that low pressure center circulation is like this. So on that backside of that moisture that's coming on shore like this off of the Atlantic, it's going to keep things cooler through the mid-Atlantic states and the big cities here because of that situation that's going on offshore. So we're going to see those 80s, upper 80s, mid to upper 80s through the southeast and down into Florida. Tampa, you might see a 90-degree for your Sunday out there. So for your Saturday, here's what we're going to see for your Sunday. Thinking of Tampa, that 91 degrees in Tampa and in Orlando. So you guys are going to be the hot spot for Florida. 89 down in Miami. We're going to see those triple digits start to show up here across Texas. We're going to see Texas 100 degrees in Abilene, Texas, and Lubbock. We're going to see 100 degrees also in Dallas and Fort Worth. So it's starting to warm up out there. And we're going to see low 100s here in the desert Southwest. 106 in Phoenix, 103 in Tucson, 105 in Yuma. We're going to see upper 90s in the deserts of California. And we're going to also see 90s through the Central Valley, through the farmland out there, and 60s here in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to get 70s through the Northern Plains here for your Sunday, 60s in the far Northern Plains there along the Canadian border. My name is Dooley Godot. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure to bring this forecast to you. And I want to thank everybody for the support that I've been getting. The channel is really starting to get some life to it. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do my best to keep bringing you guys really good quality content and accurate and entertaining weather forecasts, I hope. You can leave your comments, your likes down in the comment section, and you can subscribe to the channel. Guys, in the next video, have a good day and a great week.